Because it's on the verge of a disconnection. You know, art is supposed to mirror reality, but I don't seem to recognize my reflection anymore. I wonder if the smoke of Mr. Hardin burning has churned in our lungs for so long that we have exhaled his existence out of our festival. I wonder if when we breathe in tradition, if it smells of rotting flesh. And maybe that's why so many of our indigenous practices are on the brink of death. I wonder what's the cost to resurrect a deceased discipline. And if the cost is in the millions, or if it's just a time spent to buy in to that lost meaning. I wonder if Clement Payne rests dreaming of us gathered here in this square. I wonder if Caribbean people realize that we are the manifestation of so many of our ancestors' prayers. I wonder if after all of this talk, how many people can actually hear. Because we love a talk shop of goods and services where we place proposed ideas on display, turning the stage into a showroom, developing the product or how we can help the block men from the boardroom, completely out of tune with the soundtrack of the ghetto. Then we sing the chorus of crime under control every time we gather to talk. And I'm not here to mock sport or mock a serious thing. I just feel like we can have a big conversation about Caribbean civilization. We got to be realistic about Caribbean living. So let me talk about we culture. Let me have a sit down about creatives actually having a seat at the table where they can properly eat. Not just pick at crumbs of consideration every season and call it a feast. No, we gotta talk cents. And cents, most people understand that as dollars and cents. Let me talk corporations with a conscience. Let me talk profit margins, not marked with the blood of the marginalized. Let me talk about going from entry level to enterprise and how policy can drive preservation and innovation. Let me have a conversation about the definition of that word culture. Because I already think a lot of we get it. We seem to think it's just party and vibes, but in reality, it's a holistic expression and way of life. It's this line that survived colonization. It's that grandmother sees then and the story it tells when she started cooking. It's the way our grandmothers were met do with net skin to nothing. Culture is code, and not the kind you scan with your phone. No, the kind program into muscle memory and bone. Culture is home for every son of the soul. Culture is why a little brown-skinned girl from Westbury Road can build a brand into $1 billion empire. Culture is why the colonizer, diaspora, and even stranger will fly on 3 different planes to visit these 166 square miles. Culture is the boom, 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 boom heartbeat of these owls pumping progress into our economies. Culture is honestly our only real renewable resource, and it's mined from the minds of our people, extracted from their habits, refined by practice, ritual. Culture is a mystical force forged whenever we gather, and we harness it with our laughter, banishing bad mind away with our friendly banter. Culture is what we had before, what we got right now, and hopefully what we will have after. So if we're having a conversation about the architecture of innovation, we gotta trace the blueprint of resilience right down to its roots. And we gotta have a conversation where we talk with, not just talk at you. A conversation where the truth will shine so bright it could blind any form of ignorance. We got to dissect any dissonance and become surgical with our topics, operate on our passion till it turns into profit. We got to fine-tune the archives to the frequency of AI so we don't drown in the rising tide of technology. From I to industry, from bush tea to burlap to broadband, we gotta comb through every strand of our heritage, detangling knowledge as we brush shoulders. This is where a poet could talk to world leaders who will lead us in one big conversation at CARIFESTA 2025. One big conversation about our daily lives. One big conversation about pride and industry. And when we done talk, I want one to tell me, what is your definition of culture?